Here's a song I wrote about a year ago. Things have changed a little bit since then, but it's a song about the struggles and the successes of building my home here on my property. The song goes something like this here. Have you ever seen a moose riding a bike, or a bear jump over a train, a crow chewing down a poplar tree, or a fish in a sewer drain? Well, if you never saw a beaver whittle a lever and roll a whole mountain away, then you don't know the struggles of my day-to-day life in the bush where I like to play. With all my heavy equipment, well, I thought that I was fairly competent, but it seems I'm just about one mistake away from losing my mind and my sanity and hanging on by a thread to see, and I just don't know how I make it through each day. Now it's not that I don't love my life, I'm living the dream and dreaming to live in a home in the woods with a dog and my old buck knife. The only thing standing between that and me is a tree and a rock and a tree. But I've learned in this world that nothing comes for free. Well, if you want to build roads through swamps and debris, you'll have to acquire some machinery. So I picked up a loader, at least that's what it's supposed to be. Well, a skidder with a bucket, that's good enough. From the 1960s, so you know it's tough, but it sure ain't pretty, and that's just plain to see. Heavy equipment, well, I figured I had the ability to handle the chaos thrown at me each day without losing my sanity, not to mention financial stability. Well, I just don't know if I can keep it up this way. Now, one after another, I rounded them up, an excavator and my old dump truck, and pretty soon I was a one-man highway crew. Hauled load after load, I was pushing her through till the last straw in the back, and a tire blew in the truck. She was old, so I just couldn't find a replacement. Well, by the time I found a tire and I got her back together, I missed all the prime summertime weather, and I could just see the fall time threatening of winter's encasement. That didn't stop me from digging and dumping and spreading and packing and ticking and thumping, but in due time I'd have another problem to tackle. See, I sheared all the bolts on the back right axle. The car could use work because it really lacks all the characteristics that a gasoline engine should have. Well, as soon as the throttle jams down in position, it bogs, but that could be caused by ignition, and I blew the goddamn clutch to smithereens. Heavy equipment, well, I thought that I was fairly competent, but it seems I'm just about one mistake away from losing my mind and my sanity. As they're hanging on by a thread, you see, and I just don't know how I make it through each day. I got the skidder fixed up and I was rearing to go, and I was digging a ditch with my John Deere hoe, and a track popped off right in the middle of a mud hole. Well, that's no problem. I pried her back on with the help of a friend. It was up and gone in the matter of an hour. I hardly even broke a sweat. Well, just to be safe, I bought me a trailer with an air compressor, a torch, and a welder. That ought to come in handy with the way my luck has been going. But it seems I have an issue with the hubs or the axle. By the time I hit 50, the lug nuts are backed all the way till the wheels are just slipping, and it sounds like a Boeing. Heavy equipment, well, I figured I had the ability to handle the chaos thrown at me each day without losing my sanity, not to mention financial stability. Well, I just don't know if I can keep it up this way. Well, it's a good thing there's a welder on the trailer. By trade, I'm something of a steel-working tailor, and I did the only thing that my hillbilly mind could muster. Well, weld all the lug nuts solid, I did her, but there's just one thing I didn't consider till the tire blew off and I was stuck on the side of the highway. Well, I got some dish soap and a brand new tire, and I climbed underneath and I jacked her up higher and I changed it right there, seeing how it was welded and solid. I didn't pay any mind to the disapproving looks, and surely this is one for the books. But I got the job done, I just don't care what you call it. Heavy equipment, well, I thought that I was fairly competent, but it seems I'm just about one mistake away from losing my mind and my sanity, and they're hanging on by a thread, you see, and I just don't know how I make it through each day. Well, I don't want you to think I'm some kind of a dummy, but it's hard to get by when you don't make much money, especially when you're talking about building a home from scratch. Well, I'm not saying I've got the brains of a lawyer, but I think I fall somewhere between Huck and Tom Sawyer, and I'd like to think I'm somewhat of a dad. Well, I'm sure once I'm living on that beautiful land, I'll look back at the work I did all by hand, and it'll all be worth it in the long run. But don't get to thinking it's all trouble and strife. I'm having the most fun I ever had in my life, and at the end of the day, I know it's a job well done. heavy equipment. Now it's true that I'm not qualified, but I've got good friends and neighbors by my side to keep me from losing my sanity. But my mind's been gone for years, you see, but I guess that I'll just take it day by day. And I know that I am doing A-OK. Thank you. That was Heavy Equipment, Ballad of a Modern Day Bushman.